What's up, Grayson Report? How's it going? Happy Thursday. Sorry I was late. I'm having computer issues, as always. This week's issue is I can't pull my links up, so we're gonna wing it here. So this is gonna be interesting. Well, anyways, while we wait for people to trickle in, did you guys do anything interesting? Watch anything interesting? I haven't watched it again. I haven't had a chance to watch anything spooky. Um, I think I've been watching like documentaries. I think I started the one on the Ocean Gate one that's on Netflix. I just started that one. I still, even if I was rich, there's not enough money for. There's not enough money in the world for me to ever had stepped foot into that machinery or that submersible. What's up, Carol? What's up, D Nice, Tammy, Denny Rose, Wendy Marino, Bernadette. Bernadette, what is up? How's it going, girl? As I go down your comments, hold on here. Bernadette, thank you for redoing your membership. It's been that long. Good to see you, though. Julissa, how's it going? Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. D Nice, what is up? I saw Curious Potato in there. How's it going? Heather, whatever, what is up? Hug! Lisa Boo, what is up? How's everyone doing? I think I got to the bottom of the list. We'll wait a few minutes to start for a few people to trickle in. Hug Dealer goes, the latest episode of the Paranormal Files is amazing. Today is Friday the 13th Eve. I believe tomorrow is the only Friday the 13th in 2025. Hug goes, the Netflix movie Straw is really good too. I keep saying this every stream, but I still need to see Fear Street Prom Queen, I think it's called. I even forgot what it's called. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I want to catch it. That one for sure. I've been wanting to. I saw the trailer. I've been wanting to see it. Going outside of spookiness here, Spaceballs 2 was announced today. I don't know how I feel about that, only because times have changed since the original Spaceballs has come out, and there are a lot of things that aren't. Put it this way, there's a lot of things in that first movie that a lot of people nowadays will get pissed off about. When back then they didn't. So I don't know how Mel Brooks is going to do this. I am looking forward to it. I did see a lot of new people are coming back for it, so that is going to be super cool. Tyrana, what is up? Hug goes, I watched half of Prom Queen. I wasn't impressed. The Fear Street series, or like the movies of Fear Street, there's only a few of them I like. I didn't like all of them. I did see the trailer. I did see that it takes place in the 80s. So I was like, oh, a slasher, Well, I think most of them are a slasher. But Julissa goes, very true. Movies need to be a little more PC now. Yeah, it's like Spaceballs, Police Academy. You cannot do that nowadays. You cannot. So I don't know how he's gonna do it. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, now seeing like who's coming back. Mel Brooks is coming back, believe it or not. But the type of movies he did way back in the day, yeah, not just Spaceballs. There's other movies. Yeah. Denny watched Late Night with the Devil, Scream 6, The Devil Conspiracy, Hell, Fest, Abigail. Hold on, the chat jumped. Apocalypse Z. Oh, you really did like a spooky. The beginning of the end was okay. My animal, meh, and the Exorcist Believer, meh. Oh yeah, I could have told you that about the Exorcist Believer. Curious Potato Spaceballs wasn't that funny anyway. It's a stupid funny. Matthew, I did see that Rick Moranis is back. He actually stopped acting to take care of his family. So to see that he's coming back for that, it's going to be super cool. Did he goes, I got control the remote. D Nice goes, Lisa, I found out something today. My Native American zodiac is a wolf. Oh, that is super cool. Nerd Report raid. Thank you, Nerd Report. I know you guys are coming off of the riots here in Los Angeles. It's super crazy. Kind of want to stay away from downtown LA, which it sucks because there's a lot of businesses out there that have to shut down because of the curfew, so it kind of sucks for them. There were some businesses that got looted. I mean, yeah, it's crazy what's going on right now. And it's not just here. I saw that Vegas, Seattle, Santa Ana. I think there was like a gathering of people right by my work because I could hear them. And then I also have the Citizens app, which is like a crime app, and it kind of showed somebody had posted that there was one. I was like, good, because I was like, holy crap, I don't want. All right, I should be back.
I just want to let everyone know that Lisa was abducted by a ghost.
I was, and I came back. No, it was the studio ghost because the studio ghost won't even let me pull up my links. That's how bad it is.
Folks, her computer's still messed up. Do me a favor. I'm going to get... Sorry, Lisa. I'm just invading your shit. But do me a favor. Hit those mods. Do we have mods in here? Mods, share her link to her PayPal. Give her a couple bucks so she could get a strong computer for her streaming, please. If you can. I know times are tough and everything, but at the very least, hit the like, subscribe, and support my homegirl here, all right? Because her shit's like falling apart, man. All right? Her shit's falling apart, unfortunately. All right. See y'all later, Lisa.
All righty. Thank you. All right. So we're going to wing it because I can't open up my links. So it might take me a little longer to find them. I do apologize. But I can open up my links everywhere else, just not here, of course, where I need it the most, which is super annoying. But
What link?
I'm getting it right.
Put it in the private, and then maybe I could open it for you.
I know which link it is. I have to find it.
What's the name of what's the title?
I have it in front of me. Another thing. but I have to actually look for the link because I can't click on them. Thank you, Lisa Boo, for being a member of the Wolfpack for 26 months. Much love, Lisa, and glad to catch a live. D Nice, also, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 25 months. Love being a part of this community. Hearts for D Nice and Lisa Boo. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it.
That's not the way you say thank you to people, Lisa. I'm mansplaining to you. Look at Julissa. She's complaining. This is not the way you run a channel, Lisa. Let me show you how to do it.
All right. I think I got it. So I thought this was kind of if you guys are familiar with Candace Cameron, or she's now Candace Cameron Brew, or she was on Full House way back in the day. I just probably aged myself, but that's all right. She does not let her adult children watch demonic scary movies. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, demonic scary movies, and I'm like, what? I grew up on scary movies. I have not had any issues growing up. Thank you, Julissa, also for being a member of the Wolfpack for 26 months, and Carol for being a member of the Wolfpack for 18 months. Lisa, don't listen to Lewis, Julissa says, and Carol goes, I love being a member of the Wolfpack. Hearts for Julissa and Carol as well. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. What's up, Delea Lux? How's it going? Wendy goes, soapbox Bible thumper. So I mean, I know there's religions out there that I mean, people are super religious and they do. Some people, I'm not saying everyone do, they take things to the literal sense, which is, I mean, I guess it's okay, but at the same time it's kind of sad when you take things to literal sense. I'm not I've never followed the Bible. I never was. I've gone to both Christian Catholic church, but it was never my thing. Nothing wrong if it is your thing. We all have a right to believe in what we want to believe in. And it's just nothing I could never connect with. But I've seen people who've actually gotten into, like I want to use the Duggars, for example, and how now the adult children are explaining, like, their upbringing and stuff, and how one of them actually took it literally. And I feel like this is kind of the same aspect of it. And it's kind of sad because horror, I don't think, is demonic. Yes, there might be a demon in it. It may be talking about demons, depending on what movie you're watching, but not all horror movies have demons in them. But Candace Cameron Brew recently shared that she believes that playing scary movies on TV is a portal for demonic stuff. The former co-host of The View and a devout Christian shared her views of the matter during a conversation with her youngest son, Lev, who's 25, and Waco, Texas-based pastor Jonathan Pokluda. During a recent episode of her self-titled podcast, the Great American Family Star 49 added that I don't even want someone watching a scary movie in our house on the TV, because to me, that's just a portal. Telling her son and JP that I'm in the film industry, I understand how it all works. The younger sister of actor Kirk Cameron continued, I know that movie has a crew of 200 people and they're lighting it and they're adding the sound effects and its makeup and the camera people and actors. However, there's still something that can be incredibly demonic while they've made it. Like I said, I've been watching horror movies for years. I haven't had anything come through the TV. They even said that Peggy, the doll from the Haunted Museum, if you look in her eyes on TV, she can affect you. I've looked into her eyes. I haven't had an issue with it. They've said other things where if you watch something, you'll get cursed. I've watched it a gazillion times. I have not yet been cursed. There are people out there, like, for example, Demon House, the little documentary that Zach Bagans put out. There's people, because I'm part of a Ghost Adventures group on Facebook. There's people that be like, I don't want to watch it because I could get cursed. like I said, I've watched it like 5 times, nothing has ever happened to me, and I think it goes to the saying, like they said the Poltergeist set was cursed. They do say like a lot of the horror sets were cursed. Very maybe it was, maybe it could have been something they were doing, but I honestly don't think the Poltergeist house is haunted. So, and yes, they did use real skeletons. Obviously, using stuff like that could spark something. Could, I'm not saying it did, but it could. But I don't think 9 times out of 10 when you're watching a movie, it could just be, or when they're filming a horror movie, it could just be a quidinky dink. You know what I mean? Stuff happens. They even said like when The Omen, um, uh what was it, the actors were almost in a plane crash or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So it could just be a quidiki dink, could be a curse, we'll never know. But Cameron Brew's comment came after she suggested that her kids laughed at her about her strict guidelines surrounding her faith. Nothing, like I said, nothing wrong with having faith, but when you start taking things, I feel like literally, I don't know if she's taking things literally, because it's not it doesn't say that, but I feel bad for a person like that, because I mean, honestly, if God was the person that they say he is, and he's not going to condemn you for watching a horror movie, you know what I mean? He's not going to condemn you for living your best life, doing the best you could, you know, not doing drugs. Even if you did drugs and he came out of it, he's still probably going to he's probably going to see what you've done and see the person you are, and not going to judge you for that. And I've always felt like that when I would hear things like, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that." And I was like, "Really? If he was the person that he said, like what I've heard about him, because I've never read the Bible, but what people say about him, I feel like he wouldn't be a person that would condemn somebody for watching horror movies, or for doing doing good with their life, or doing the best that they could, going fighting through their struggles, even if they went down a dark path, coming out of that dark path, you know what I mean? So watch out for hitchhikers. um in our house, as a mom, I feel like you guys make fun of me when I talk about it. They make fun of me all the time, but particularly when I'm serious about a spiritual thing happening, and then they're rolling their eyes at me. Cameron Brew said, in reference to her eldest son and her two other adult children, Natasha 26 and Maxim 23, and Valerie Brew, they laugh at me because the portal, the Full House said, I'm like, you're opening up a portal. Like if you're watching this or playing this video game or whatever, that's a portal that could let stuff inside our home. Again, I don't believe that. I don't believe watching things on TV can allow things into your house. There are people that believe that. I don't personally. Maybe talking about it, I even talking about it, because I do talk a lot about stuff like that, and I still don't think you can conjure up a portal in your house just out of nowhere. I feel like if you do have a portal in your house, it was there to begin with. You know what I mean? If you have a very old house and there was a portal to the spiritual world, I feel like it was there to begin with, not because of watching horror movies or something you did. Um, then the fan favorite Dancing with the Stars contestant addressed Pokluda, and said that she understood his past comments comparing popular canned water company Liquid Death to something cursed. Again, Liquid Death, if you guys have heard of it, it's water in a can. When you go to a lot of I noticed that the music festivals that we go to, that's one of their sponsors. It's just water in a can that looks like beer. Believe it or not, that's all it is. That just reminded me, like, you posted something a while back about Liquid Death. She said, you're like, do you want to buy a product that is literally being cursed as it's going out into distribution? Um, Again, um, I think it's weird, outlandish. I don't know. I mean, you're more than welcome to believe what you want to believe in and have faith for whatever you want to believe in. If that works for you, fine. But I just feel like if you're taking things to literal sense, that's like kind of going overboard. And I feel like, or using it as a scare tactic, it's not right. It's not right at all. Julianne goes, liquid death peach is good. The water is good. I like the water. Bernadette. Oh yeah, that too, T Nice. Like going back to oh my god, I can't think of that movie. The one you're referencing, Carrie. Like going back, yes, Carrie. Same thing. Like the mother was like super religious, didn't even tell Carrie that, about human bodily things that happen when you get older, specifically with girls. And then ends up telling her it's like a devilish thing. Like, no. Gunner girl, what is up? Curious Potato goes, the paranormal is like a new religion now. It kind of is, if you think of it. Julianne, I totally agree. You can find connections to anything, to everything if you look hard enough. Danny, I agree. You have to invite that shit in, as she says. I agree. Jalissa, the mother, was fantastic in Carrie. Oh, yes, she was. She was crazy. So that I just find it crazy that people take things literally, or that's like I don't know. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Do you believe that watching a horror movie can bring evil into your house? I don't personally. Like I said, I've been watching horror movies for years. I've watched movies, documentaries. Not one thing has happened to me. Watch something happens to me now while I'm on stream. I was like, guys. But D Nice, like I said up top, grief can open portal. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Wendy. What if I was saying that I think the only way you will have a portal is if you already had one in the first place. Like Wendy said. Julie goes, there's always extremes and radicals in every religion. There is, unfortunately. And I feel sorry for the people that do get into these like cults or whatnot, because they're looking for acceptance. They're looking for, they're down and out in their life. I mean, it's no different than I feel like getting into Scientology. Like, we're on the outside and we're like, what the hell? Like, why would you even do that? Why would you even believe in that? But there's people that or in any cult for that matter, there's people that are down and out and they're looking for, a home, a family, acceptance. And it sucks that when that these, I don't know, religions prey on that and grab you, and not let you go type of thing. And there's some people that can't escape it. There's some people that do, luckily, but it's very hard to get out of. Matthew Coburn, she's just pushing the 80s satanic panic out there. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. But I mean, people nowadays aren't gonna be like, oh my god. It's not like back then. Danny goes, one of my cousins played with the Ouija board and got something that latched onto her because she did not know the rules to play with it. Yeah, I know a lot of people, they're like, okay, a Ouija board, whatever. Like, I have one, like, up there. I've not used it. The planchette is in the other room. I do not have the planchette anywhere near the board, so it will not go off it by itself. It is in the other room. I do know, like, if you do use one, you need to protect yourself when you use one. I know with Wicca, they do use a Ouija board to protect, to communicate with the spirits. Wicca does worship gods and goddesses. They don't just and they call upon them when doing rituals. And when they do a ritual, they open a circle and they close a circle. Because if you leave that circle open, you can let things that you don't intend to in. So that was the one thing when I was reading about Wicca, is that if you do those things, make sure you close the circle, make sure you protect yourself, make sure you give thanks, make sure it's not just a board game like Hasbro. I think it was Hasbro. I have that one too. It was a board game that was a Ouija board that you could get with all the other board games. Yeah, it's not just a board game, believe it or not. Denny goes, only angels, friends, and family are welcome so long as they're not toxic. And you also got to be careful because there are evil entities out there that will mimic your loved ones. So I know if that ever happened to me, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed at the whoever or demon or whatnot, and then probably demon's gonna probably come after me. Hug goes, I have a Ouija board too. I have two of them, but this one, the one in my the background here is more of a, like, I feel like a real one. The other one is the actual, like, the board game one. But I don't. It doesn't matter what Ouija board is. A Ouija board is a Ouija board, even if you create one on paper. It's still a Ouija board. Curious Potato goes, Wicca does a pentagram. It's only evil if it's inverted. Yes, and that's what the one thing I notice when they do. There are some shows that get it wrong. There are some shows that when they do talk about Wicca, they do get it right. Curious Potato did make a point. The symbol for Wicca is a pentagram. A lot of people take that as evil, but it's actually a symbol. Each point represents an element. If it is inverted, it is more it's a satanic symbol. Satanic symbol is the inverted pentagram, where the all is pointed at themselves. And that's which I noticed they did do it in Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, because Sabrina, the Teenage Witch on Netflix actually had a statue of Baphomet, which I think they got sued for by the Satanic Church because they used his likeness. But they actually had the statue of Baphomet, which is like the satanic god, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't follow it. But yeah, and that was the one thing that always pissed me off about shows, is because they never distinguish between the two. And I go, that's not a Wiccan symbol, that is the satanic symbol. Denny goes, I am a Wiccan and no one I know uses Ouija. It's the only tool I was taught is evil. We use more scurrying instead. I've read where I don't really use it, but I've read that you could use it. I'm eclectic. I kind of pick from different how do you call it? I'm eclectic. So I pick from different I don't follow one path. There you go. I couldn't think of the words. Carol goes, I got the feeling that my dog Misty, who died years ago, was sleeping on my feet today. It was weird to have that feeling, but I take it as she's letting me know everything is going to be all right. I had a dream. Funny thing that you brought that up, Carol. I had a dream about a friend. She passed away of breast cancer. She was only 30. I haven't dreamt about her in years. It's been years, literally. And she popped into my dreams the other day, and when I woke up I realized who it was, because it was her in my dream, but it was like an older her, not the her that I remembered. So it was like it didn't click until I got when I woke up and I was like, holy crap, like that was, and I haven't dreamt about her in days. She must be checking to see if I'm okay, or years. She must be checking to see if I'm okay. Hug Goes My Ouija Board is by Parker Brothers, 1992, made in Beverly, Massachusetts. I'm in Fall River, Massachusetts, home of Lizzie Borden. Denny goes just like the trident they say is evil, but it's not. There's a lot of things that they put in the media that they say is evil when it's not. So I've always been intrigued and I've always looked things up. Um and I go, that thing isn't evil. Like, how is that evil? Which is crazy. Also, movie coming out this month. We've got 28 years later. I believe it's coming out June 20th. It is finally here. I cannot wait. We've got I know what you did last summer. I you know what, to be honest with you, I'm not excited about that one, but I'm probably there's a few people that are. I did see that Freddie Prinze Jr. and what's her face is coming back. I can't think. Jennifer Love Hewitt. I couldn't think of her name, is coming back. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see what they do about that. I believe that comes out next month. I cannot wait for 28 years later. That movie, 28 weeks later, 28 days later. I don't know which one it was that I think I saw the second one first. I saw the second one first. I didn't see the first one first. But that movie got me into zombies. I had never liked zombies really until that movie. And that was what sparked it for me. I know a lot of people probably got into zombies because of The Walking Dead, but no, mine was 28 weeks later. Boss Barbie, what is up? Thank you for that super chat. Hearts for Boss Barbie. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it. Denny Rose goes, I'm also spiritual and I do take some stuff here and there too, as long as it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was part of the hype with The Walking Dead, but after a while, it was just this. It kind of got old because it was kind of the same thing over and over again with no end game. It's still going on with the spinoffs. Believe it or not, I haven't watched any of the spinoffs. But that comes to the main topic, Friday the 13th. It is Friday the 13th in some areas on the East Coast. Here it is not quite yet Friday the 13th. We're still on Friday the 13th Eve. Friday the 13th happens to be my favorite movie, horror movie as well. I've always been fascinated. My favorite number is 13. I always look for the 13th floor on the hotel. 9 times out of 10, you will not find a 13th floor in a hotel. When I do, I take a picture of it and I go, dang, if I stay at this hotel, I'm staying on the 13th floor. Because to me, it's not evil. I feel like it's a lucky number. Black cats, all of it. I feel like that is the way of life. Whatever, I was kind of the one that whatever somebody thought something was evil, I never thought it was. And it isn't, honestly. D Dice goes like the Energizer Bunny keeps going and going and going. Yes, like they do not stop. Curious Potato goes 28 days later, sparked the whole new zombie age. Also, too, it brought in zombie. It was just crazy. Like that, it caught my attention. And from that movie on, I've liked zombies. Wendy goes, yeah, you will not find a 13th floor. I have found it in a few hotels, believe it or not. And I'm like, darn, I'm not staying at this hotel. If I were, I'd be on the 13th floor. But it came to the realization, like, how did Friday the 13th come about and why is it feared? So give me 1 second. Let me find. Let me find my links because, again, I couldn't pull them up. So Oh, here you go. Here's a more recent one. This will work. Tyranna! Thank you for gifting 1 membership. Sorry for going through puberty there for a second. Welcome, Logical Spark, to the Wolfpack. Hearts to Tyranna and the new Wolfpack member. Thank you, Tyranna. I appreciate it. Heather, whatever goes, it's the day Jesus died. Curious Potato goes, it started because of the Last Supper. So this article from USA Today, we'll read this one, and then because this one actually, this is a more recent article. I actually had a few that I thought were interesting, but Friday the 13th is tomorrow, or here in some places on the East Coast, and here in Australia. Here's why people think it's unlucky. June 13th may be an unlucky date this year as it falls on a Friday, making it the first and only Friday the 13th of 2025. The unlucky date has long been a staple of pop culture, most notably being the title of a long-running film franchise, and they are, I believe, doing a marathon on one of the streaming services. I think it's at Pluto. Like a Friday the 13th marathon. Also, too, I know they're selling tickets because they're having an event with the director, and showing Friday the 13th. I forgot where it was, but I saw it because they were singing, and that's kind of cool. Last year saw Friday the 13th on the calendar twice, while 2026 will have 3 instances of Friday the 13th in February, March, and November. That means Valentine's Day is on Saturday. Next year. According to National Geographic Kids, the exact origin of when Friday the 13th became thought of as an unlucky are unknown. However, it's likely comes from the Christian religion. For example, in the Bible, Judas, a person who is said to have betrayed Jesus, was the 13th guest at the Last Supper, as Curious Potato had mentioned. Also, in the Bible, many unfortunate things happened on Fridays, according to the magazine. Here's why some think Friday the 13th is unlucky. I don't. I think it's a lucky day. I always get excited. I'm like, it's Jason Day. Why is Friday the 13th considered unlucky? Friday the 13th combines 2 taboos that come from the Bible, according to Dr. Phil Stevens, a retired anthropology professor from the University at Buffalo and the author of a book titled Rethinking the Anthropology of Magic and Witchcraft, Inherently Human. Based on the story of the Last Supper of Jesus, 13 people were seated at the table, and it happened on a Thursday. He was arrested that evening and crucified the next day on a Friday. So 13 is associated with that terrible event, and Friday the 13th, you get a double whammy. You get both of these elements coming together, the taboo against 13 and the crucifixion, which was on a Friday, Stevens says in a previous interview with USA Today. Even though the taboo is tied to the Last Supper, Stevens said it didn't become widespread until 1,000 years after Jesus' story, when more people became interested in the Bible. Now, he thinks the taboo is weakening as people embrace the number 13 more, and it is only a matter of time before it phases out. Which I agree, because I feel like there's more there's a lot of people that are spiritual, um and more so, I feel like now it's like kind of evening out. Like there's a lot more different religions. I mean, there obviously back then there was a lot of different religions, but when you go back to like the Renaissance periods with the king and queens, if you didn't believe in what the king or queen believed in, it was like off with your head type of thing. But there still were people that believed in other things. They just had to be secretive about it. And then obviously you had the witch trials, which I don't think these people are witches. I think it's because something strange happened with the people and they automatically assumed that they were witches. Like, oh my God, you didn't get sick and everybody else around you did. You must be a witch type of thing. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was just a quidinky dink that that person didn't get sick and everyone else did, or um that person survived something and somebody didn't, and they were the only survivor, must be a witch. And I feel like a lot of innocent people were unalived, unfortunately, because of it. But which is sad. It's sad, and I'm pretty sure if you go to the area where all this happened, there's probably a lot of, you could probably feel a vibe. I've never been in that, to Salem or any of I've never been on the East Coast, but would love to one day on my big bucket list. So I can imagine going to those places and how the energy and how it feels, with what happened there to all those people. Um, Steven said that he likes to think of the superstition around Friday the 13th as an example of magical thinking. He says the magical thinking is when someone believes there is a casual relationship between two things that are otherwise unrelated. For example, Friday and 13th together take on a different quality when they fall on the same day. He also said that he thinks of it as a taboo, as superstition has a negative connotation even when someone uses it to describe their own belief. The word taboo actually is appropriate for this kind of superstition because it's the it it's the term. There is a typo, USA Today. Oh, the term that means avoiding establishing a magical connection. People can actively work magic to make things happen, recognizing the connections between things. But if the connections between things could cause an unfortunate result, then people avoid those connections, said at the time. And he's going super scientific with Friday the 13th. Um, because, yeah, he's going a little too scientific. There are superstitions for Friday the 13th as well. Um D Dice goes, fire that editor, the proofreader. I hate, like, that's the one thing with me, like, I'm very anal. Though sometimes I still get typos and I'm like, ah, but I try to read, like, before I post something. But I mean, there are times that things slip through. I get it. We're human. It happens. This one talks about superstitions. The only Friday the 13th of this year is near, which is here. Here are 7 superstitions to avoid or pursue. So, what's the history of Friday the 13th? One of them we had already explained from the previous article, but Norse mythology also contributes with the 13th god Loki, bringing chaos and death. This superstition deepened over time, particularly after the mass arrest of the Knights Templar on Friday, October 13th, 1307, further cementing the day's unlucky status. 7 Friday the 13th superstitions to either avoid or pursue. To avoid breaking a mirror. So, guys, do not break a mirror within the next 3 or after 3 hours for us on the West Coast. East Coast, you're already there, so don't break a mirror. I think people in Australia are already there as well. Do not break a mirror. Walking under a ladder. These seem like just basic bad luck to begin with. Um, I feel like these are not just Friday the 13th, but bad luck in general. Walking under a ladder. I've walked under a ladder many a time. I have not had an issue. This superstition stems from the idea that walking under a ladder disrupts the triangle, a symbol of life, and invites misfortune. Spilling salt. So do not spill any salt. Accidentally spilling salt has been seen as bad luck for centuries. To counteract, throw a pinch over your left shoulder to ward off evil. They also use salt as a protection against evil as well. I know some people when they're doing when they're casting a spell, they use salt to cast a circle. There was a movie, what was it, Skeleton Key, that put salt in the doorway, and I was like, yes. So salt is used as a protection type of thing. I've never, I mean, I've spilled salt. Who hasn't? Crossing paths with a black cat. I mean, I owned a black cat, so for the time I had my black cat, I was crossing paths with him every day. Not one issue. Black cats to me are the luckiest cats, the most loving cats. They have a bad rap because of the color and the superstition. Black cats, often associated with witches and bad omens, are considered unlucky, especially when they cross your path on Friday the 13th. I feel like it, like I said earlier, I feel like this is just bad luck to begin with. Not just on Friday the 13th. Stepping on a crack or you break your mother's back. The rhyme, step on a crack, break your mother's back, comes from the idea that stepping on cracks invites bad energy or harm. I stepped on cracks. I think we all have. Walking on a sidewalk. To pursue, carrying a lucky charm. Items like four-leaf clovers, horseshoes, or rabbit's feet are believed to bring good luck and protection from bad vibes. Knocking on wood, which I think we've all done to not jinx ourselves. I do it all the time. I go, watch, let me knock on wood, this age-old superstition is believed to prevent bad luck or jinxes. If you say something hopeful, knock on wood to seal the deal and keep good fortune on your side. I feel like these weren't just Friday. It's not just for Friday the 13th. I feel like it's in general. Black cats, obviously, they're hard. I feel like they are hard to get adopted because of that superstition. But I love black cats. I had a black cat. Black cats are no different than any other cat. Like, don't let a superstition deflect you from getting the loving cat. That cat might be your best friend. Shamanistic unicorn Tam, what is up? Wendy goes, my first cat was black with a white diamond on her chest. Also, too, if you guys, Bernadette dropped a link to my Twitch. If you guys are on Twitch and rather watch on Twitch, I do stream simultaneously to Switch as well. And also to Rumble. Matthew goes, I had many black cats. Shamanistic Unicorn Town goes, I have a white cat and super spooky. White cats are cool too. Denny goes, if you break a mirror, get all the pieces, put them all in a bag with a pinch of salt, and put it in a dark place for 14 years to counteract the bad luck. After 14 years, bury the mirror in the forest. Lisa Boo goes, I have heard that black cats have a hard time getting adopted. That it is. And also, they also say, I've heard, I don't know how real this is, so don't quote me. I've heard that black cats are kind of targeted on Halloween. And also, too, people that do satanic rituals, they also, don't quote me. I don't know. It's just something I heard. They also target black cats. So, it's sad. It's sad because black cats are the same as any other cat. I mean, obviously cats have different personalities depending on the cat that you get, but they're wonderful creatures. They'll love you unconditionally like any other animal. So I feel like just because of a superstition, they shouldn't be overlooked. Matthew goes, yes, I always hear that about people targeting black cats. They always say, like, if you have a black cat, like, make sure on Halloween you bring it in if you have them outside. But nowadays, I know people don't keep, and especially when I hear a lot of people even taking their dogs out. Like the other day in my city, someone posted that their dog was attacked by a coyote. The dog made it, but still, it's sad to see that happening. But again, we're living in their environment, so we kind of have to, I mean, obviously we have to be vigilant, obviously, but it's not their fault that they're here because they were here before the houses were here, you know what I mean? So I feel like we kind of have to just live in harmony, but it kind of sucks that you got to be careful when you go in your backyard sometimes. It just depends on where you live. It's like when I go walking, it's not a house on my immediate neighborhood, but it's like a block over, a couple blocks over. My neighbor goes, I saw you on, I think I mentioned it before. It's hilarious. Every time I walk by it, I'm like, oh my God. They put signs all over their house, right? I saw you put a squirrel, and it puts the date and the time. Stop stealing our flowers. 3 purple flowers were stolen. And I was like, holy crap, do you have nothing better to do? And then, by the way, squirrels live on our neighborhood. They live here. I don't think someone's coming to your yard and dropping them off. They live here. I have squirrels that come from the hill, and they come down and because I have bird feeders for the outside, they come down and eat the bird seed. I have no problem with the squirrels. Like, live in harmony with the animals. We are in their home. You know what I mean? So D Nice goes, my old black cat, Chevy, spent majority of her time behind my window shutters, no matter how many times I put her back in her bed. Heather, whatever, animals are a gift from God. They are a gift. We don't deserve them. We don't. Shamanistic Unicorn I miss my black cat. Curious Potato, be scared if it's a puma. Oh, yes. That's a different type of cat, Curious Potato. That's like a wild cat. I don't think I would even trust a puma if I raised the puma from, birth, from the time they were like this small. I don't think it, because they're still wild. Even though you kind of domesticated them, they're still a wild animal. Heather, whatever, I'm sorry to hear Coyote's got mine. I always miss her. It sucks, but we kind of, it's just we have to be vigilant. I had a guy come in maybe about a month ago saying that he lost his dog to a coyote, and I felt so bad for him. It sucks. Heather, whatever goes, I love my wild squirrel, chipmunks, and birds. I love the birds. I love hearing them. I love seeing the squirrels, and I like seeing the cat go out there because there's a black neighborhood cat. I'm not sure who it is. He or she was just chilling, staring at the birds, laying down, relaxing in the back right there. And I was like, I don't know who you are. Beautiful, like a long-haired domestic, like not long-haired, probably more like a medium hair cat, but beautiful cat. I don't know whose it is. Heather, whatever, it was a freak accident occurrence, but so terrible about kitty and wild raccoon that night. It happens. I hate to say it. You just kind of have to be vigilant when you go out, and don't let your dog kind of be out there by herself, unless it's like a huge dog. I feel like a huge dog, like a big, huge pit bull or something. I feel like maybe even that you still got to be careful, but I feel like a coyote wouldn't try to attack a pit bull, but you never know. Wendy goes, you can't socialize a wild animal. Hubby had a squirrel. We had him for years. He set him free in Tennessee. They're still wild, regardless. That is super cool. Heather Wetter goes, my favorite wild bird came today. He has been my buddy for 6 years. That is super cool. I know I had some other links that I was going to talk about, but I can't. I'm probably going to open it up for open conversation, guys. So if you guys want to bring up anything, you're more than welcome to. I'll give you a few minutes to look for Skeleduck. I forgot to mention him at the beginning. So as always, Skeleduck is somewhere in my background. I will reveal his location at the end of the stream. If you don't know who Skeleduck looks like, he is pictured in my upper right-hand corner. Might be your upper left-hand corner. That is what he looks like. I hide him in my background every stream. If I don't, I do let you know. And it is not this one that I'm pointing to. That is his brother that goes to the gym, which I have not named yet. but he is somewhere in this background. I will give you a few minutes. I did want to bring up something that was kind of crazy. The other, what day was it? Sunday night. I saw an article that in Vegas, Las Vegas, two people were pew-pewed down by the Bellagio on the Strip. Saw it, didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, crime, whatnot. Then Lewis kind of sent me a link saying, hey, it's the guy from Sin City Family. I was like, what? I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sin City Family. They were or Sin City, their whole family has YouTube channel. Put it that way. So there was Sin City Angel, Sin City Manny, Sin City Julie, then the Sin City Family. Basically what they did was they would go around Vegas filming, like they're, them eating at a taco place, them walking down Fremont Street, whatever it might be. They were filming, going to a casino. They were basically, like destination YouTubers, but they lived in Vegas, I guess. I don't know what you call them. We actually got to see them the last time we went to Vegas because they were streaming on Fremont Street. So Lewis actually went up to him. I didn't, but we actually got to meet him. So to find out that he was involved in the pew-pewing of another YouTuber, which I had never heard of, Finney the Legend, I think it was. Unfortunately, Finney the Legend and his wife did not make it. There is a video, if you guys, I'm not going to show the video. It does show Manny from Sin City, because Finney the Legend happened to be streaming. They were just standing there streaming, having a good time. I didn't watch their side of the video. I just kind of saw a clip that was shown because it's all over the news in Las Vegas. So they're just filming. You could see Finney, go into the shot, and you see Manny and Julie walking by, and then all of a sudden you see Manny come back. Finney's wife holds him back, and you see him pull out the pew-pew, and then you hear the shots. The video is out there. You could see it. They actually did post it on the news. I was like, what the F? Like, what's going on? I guess apparently there was beef that started in 2023 between the two. I don't know exactly if it was like one got mad because he was in his turf or something like that. I don't know, taking his followers, whatnot, or something happened on their end. I don't know, but whatever the reason was, there's no reason that it got that far. And I guess Finney the Legend was always, like, all his live streams, was talking smack about Manny, right? Like I said, I didn't watch any of that. I didn't even know who he was. And I kind of dropped off. We every once in a while we would watch Sin City Family, but we kind of stopped because it was kind of like the same thing, like, them going through Vegas, or like, what are they doing now, like, type of thing. So we kind of stopped watching. But it's just crazy to think. And there was a clip on the news that he had his first court appearance. Manny did. Or Manuel Ruiz, that's his real name. He did, and he's still wearing his shades, standing there in court, like he's wearing his sunglasses. I'm like, how the F are you still wearing your sunglasses if you're in custody? He's claiming self-defense, for what has happened. Obviously, there's damning evidence. There's no, Bernadette, yes, you can. Thank you for the super chat. Let me send you a link. Give me a second. And it is terrible because I was like, what the? Like I said, give me a second, Bernadette. Like I said, it's damning evidence. Obviously, he's on video. Like, there's no way you could get out of that. Like, there's video showing him exactly, him showing the pew-pew. Nevada is an open carry state. You can carry a weapon and walk down the street with it. If it is concealed, you do need a license. I think Arizona is an open carry state as well. So I don't know the details if he had it concealed or what. I don't know any of that. But it's crazy to think that it went that far for YouTubes, for YouTubers. I mean, regardless, it ruined both of the families' lives. Um, Obviously, by Manny doing what he did, he just ruined like his family's life. And then obviously, on the other end, those two people didn't deserve to. No one deserves what happened to him. No one deserves that. And then now you've got they're leaving behind family. It sucks. But here, burn it down. I'm gonna post it. Because you probably know more than me, because I've been watching the news reports. But it's crazy. I wasn't gonna mention it, but I figured I'd mention it toward the end. But it's crazy to think that. I was like, holy crap. And I know they spoke to other YouTubers. There's other YouTubers. I don't know his YouTube channel, but there's another YouTube channel that he tends to stream Fremont Street, because he tends to be on Fremont Street, but I forgot his name, and they interviewed him. And I guess another YouTuber went to his trial because he wanted to say not all YouTubers are like that, because now they're giving YouTubers a bad name. And I'm like, no, it's crazy. I didn't know that about Nevada either, Heather, whatever. So I was like, oh, wow. I knew Arizona, but I didn't know about Nevada. So you may be walking, if you go to Las Vegas, you may be walking down the street and somebody's carrying a pew pew on their hip, and it's perfectly legal. But it's crazy to think that was happening. And I guess if you go to Sin City Family, like their YouTube channel's down and Manny's channel's down, but Angel's was still up and Julie kind of still had some of her stuff up. Hold on. What is up, Bernadette?
What's up?
How's it going?
Oh my God, I miss you, Lisa.
I know, it's been way too long.
Yes,
How's
girl.
it going?
How's what?
How's it going?
Oh, I think it's how's the goat? I'm like, what goat? What? It's going, girl. I've been working my butt off. Been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, working for a new future, if you will.
Super
Just saying.
cool.
Mhm.
Super cool.
Yes, girl.
So what it is that you know about the whole Manny situation and Finny?
Oh, Finny the Legend. Yes. So, yeah, what I know about Sin City Family, I have actually been, someone who's been following them. I've been a Patreon, I've been whatever, because I have known him for about 4 years. Even I think the time I knew them, and then you guys or Nerd Report knew who he was, and we kind of talked about that. I'm like, oh yeah, I follow him too, and that was a few years ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Like when I remember we used to watch them all the time. So I was like, whoa, when I heard about it.
Yeah. So we actually became very kind of close in a way. We talked, we send, well, close is what I'm saying is we send reels to one another, making each other laugh.
Yeah.
And everything. Stuff like that, and as I knew him and his wife, Julie, or Yuli, as we like to call her. And I used to call, okay. So it was funny. Do you remember back in, I think it was a few months ago, where I thought I heard Lewis call me Bernatitz? You were there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was well, he was saying Bernadette, but Bernadette, but it
Yeah,
sounded like
but it sounded like,
Bernadette.
yeah.
Yeah. So he wasn't really calling me that. But a couple days later, go on the stream, or watching them and everything and just saying hi, whatever. And his wife actually, oh, Berna, and she could not pronounce my name. It was Berna Tits. So I was forever known on that channel as Berna Tits. Okay, because of his wife. Because she could
That's
not
crazy.
pronounce my name, Bernadette.
That's crazy.
So, hey, babe. Anyway, yeah. So, like I said, I was watching them a long time ago, even before I even knew you guys were watching them and
Yeah, they've
everything like
been
that. And they were
around for
cool.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool people. They were good, people to me, anyways, and I know to a lot of other people. But this whole
People
Finita legend stuff happened about 2
2
years
years ago?
ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And it was somewhere in Halloween on Fremont where Manny was dressed up because he likes to dress up. He liked to be
Yeah.
in. He was not a performer down there. Okay, let's get that straight. He was not a performer. He didn't perform in those little squares in Fremont that you can rent. He didn't do that. He just liked dressing up as whatever Mexican Manny, Cholo Manny, Joker Manny, Beetlejuice, Manny Wise, Beetlejuice Wise. He used to call himself stuff like that. That's what he used to do. Him and his wife. But
They
that's all
would
they would
show if
do.
it was her birthday, they would show them celebrating her
Yeah.
birthday. I've seen those. That's basically the type of YouTube videos it was. It was kind of showing what they did and them partying and meeting up with other people and stuff like that. But in Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas, because he for 4 years he did live streams for it was Cincinnati Family for 4 years every night, live streaming every single night. Did not miss one beat. Did not miss one night. Then he had his other second channel, Manny Wise, which was in the afternoon. So he had two channels, and then she has her own channel as well, and so does his son, Sin City Angel.
Angel. I think his channel's still up too. The last time I
It
looked.
is, it is in hers as well. They took both channels of Manny's off of YouTube right away, but hers is still up. Sin City Angels is still up, their son, but he tried to get away from a lot of his parents. Like he wanted to do his own thing. Sin
Yeah.
City Angel, he's trying to do his own thing, his own way. I believe he's going to college soon and everything. He's different from his parents, just to say that. You know, but he's a good kid. He really is a good kid. I think he just barely turned 21, honestly. I think he
Yeah,
just
I
barely
think
turned
he's still
21.
yeah, I think he's still a baby. Well, to me.
Yeah. So, well, well, yeah, and then they have their other two kids and everything, and oh my gosh. But yeah, this beef has been going on for a very long time, and there's other things going out there saying Manny is a gang guy. Oh, he's belongs to this gang. No, he does not. No, but what he did, none of us were expecting at
I
all.
don't
Because
think anybody was.
no, we knew who the spinny guy was. We knew how other people that has been taunting, and I'm putting that taunting Manny, and his wife, and talking a lot of stuff about how his wife looks and how his children. Like, don't bring the kids into this, guys. Adults, yeah, okay, great, that's one thing, but don't bring the kids. Don't do that. And Vinny was doing that.
Him, I did
So
not watch his video, so I don't know. Like I said, I never even heard of him before.
exactly, and so
I feel for his family because this should have
yeah.
never happened in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I get there's beef and everything, but should, Pew Pew come involved with it? No, that should never have been done. And I'm disappointed. I love, Sin City family. I really do. But what happened should never have happened. And no, that should never, no matter what beef you have, no matter what hatred, no, you don't do that. Especially over YouTube. It's
Yeah,
YouTube.
it's YouTube.
No,
Like, come on.
exactly.
Like,
You don't do that over YouTube, okay?
it went too far. I mean, and then obviously it's caught on video, so I mean, there's no leeway. There
No,
isn't.
no.
You kind of, and I feel like because I feel like he's gonna be. What did they say? He was like 41, I think.
He's gonna turn 41. He's 40
He's
right
gonna
now,
turn.
but his birthday's coming
He
up.
he's going to be
He's screwed.
he's
He's
screwed.
screwed.
I hate to say it, but I mean, he put himself
No.
in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's sad and everything. Like, dude, God, I was shocked when I woke up and saw that. I was like, what? What the heck? What the hell? Like, what?
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy.
like, oh my God, seriously, over this? No. Okay, another YouTuber is taunting you. Another YouTuber is whatever. Okay, it's
I mean,
YouTube.
I know. I see a lot of YouTubers calling out YouTubers. You see it all the time. You even
But
see it
not
in the
to this
music world.
extreme.
You got a beef between Deadmau5 and James Hype. You know what I mean? But it doesn't go to that extreme. You
No,
know what I mean? Like,
I honestly just think like Finney drove Manny to the edge, and Manny just, I don't think he knew what he was doing, honestly. I'm not going to say what was going through his brain or anything like that, because before it
curious.
was
Hold
kind of
on,
weird.
Bernadette. Curious Potato. I did talk about spooky stuff, but I do talk about true crime as well, and it is in my description. If you don't like it, you can leave. Please do not comment about, oh, this is supposed to be spooky stuff. Again, I do talk about true crime every once in a while too, as well. It's not just spooky stuff. And I did mention Spaceballs, which has nothing to do with spooky stuff too. This is my stream. If I want to talk about something, I will talk about something. I have
Damn
more
right.
interest than just spooky things. So that is what I'm going to talk about. And I wanted to mention this because it was like crazy to me hearing it. And it's something I follow. So if you don't want to listen to it, you're welcome to leave. Don't like, honestly, don't
Damn
sit
right.
in the chat like complaining about it because I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. And plus, we've known who he is. So, this is
Like,
just
and I know
something.
it's just a
It's
simple
crazy.
YouTuber, but still, it's just like it's a crazy situation, and it's all over Las Vegas news. If you
It's everywhere, girl. It's
it's
everywhere.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
What I'm broken about is like, yeah, I know he always wanted to get famous, but not this way, dude. Not
Well,
this
now he
way.
is for the wrong
Yeah, but not
reasons.
this way. It's like, oh man, come on. And it's like I don't like talking about this because he was somebody that was cool. He was cool to us, but I never expected this. I mean, I think a lot of us never expected him to do this. Did he talk stuff? Did he talk smack? Yeah, both of them did. Both of them. Like, get that
But
straight.
it shouldn't have gone this far, though.
No,
Period.
it should not. Period.
Regardless,
No,
it
no,
shouldn't
it
have.
shouldn't have. No,
It shouldn't
no.
have. He should have never walked by. He should have never brandished the pube. He should have never done any of that.
But I will say this, from the things that I have looked at and the things that I do know and remember, Finney's not innocent either. Should he have been done with and his wife to this? No, nobody should. But did they start this? I'm thinking, yeah, his wife did. Finney's wife did. But because it was a drunken thing back in the day. This is 2022 in Halloween in Fremont that happened.
Or I
And
think
there's a video out there.
2023.
No, 2022 this happened. when Free in Fremont, when it was Halloween, his wife Bubbly, I believe her name is,
Yeah,
or whatever,
or
I
what
think it was
they
Bubbly,
called her by,
right?
or she's known
Bubbly.
before.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there is a video where they're out there, him and Yuli and all their friends and all that, and they're doing their whatever lives, and the other half were,
Doing the
of
same
course,
thing.
drinking, doing the same thing and drinking.
And I
And
don't know if it
Manny,
was jealousy or whatnot
well,
involved.
Manny mentioned
I've
to
heard
her,
I've heard jealousy like in the news reports and
well,
stuff like that, but
yeah, but Manny mentioned like, oh, don't film me, because she was putting her phone right in front of him, in front of his face. So that was where I think supposedly the whole beef started,
and
and
then
then
I think she got sprayed with
he pepper sprayed her and Finney, but because she started shoving, she threw her drink at Yuli, and she threw the phone at Manny. It went crazy. It went nuts that night. Like, they all got into it, all of them.
which it should have
And
just stayed like that, not gone to the extent that it
exactly,
did. But
yeah,
regardless of this, of what, and it shouldn't have got, like I said, it shouldn't have got that far. It shouldn't have.
no, not whatsoever. I mean, like I said, got to know Manny a little bit here and there, and talked to him and his wife here and there and everything, and they were cool and everything. But did I ever, or any of us, expect him to do something like that?
Even
No,
there was an interview
no,
that the news did, the Las Vegas news did with their neighbor, and the neighbor was like, "No, they were good neighbors. Like, they had a dead
yeah,
tree, they took care of the dead tree right away." Like what neighbors would say. We always said hi at the mailbox. They were always really nice. Like, their yard is really clean. You know how neighbors are. They're gonna say like the yard
yeah.
is clean. They were good people. We had no idea. Like, this is like so.
But you tell me this right now, like, Finney knew he was going to Las Vegas, and he knew the beef he had with Manny. Why would you tell your people, I'm going to Las Vegas? I'll be there.
I mean, even so though, like, even if you're saying that, you wouldn't think that you're
It's
going.
taunting, though, Lisa. It's
Yeah,
taunting.
you wouldn't think that you're going for your still though, I still, he's the one that's not alive, so I do not want to talk about him
No,
in a
no, I get that, and it
bad
shouldn't have gone
way.
that far.
If
No,
she
it should not have
or
gone
his
that
wife,
far.
they both had a family that are missing them now. They had
Yeah,
kids, I
they're
believe.
all done. Yeah, they're, 2 lives lost. Well, 3 if you really think about it. 3 lives. 2 are permanently gone. 1 is still alive, but is basically going to be
He's gonna,
gone.
yeah, he's gonna be paying
Yeah,
the price.
yeah.
His
And
family
Las
also
Vegas
is not gonna
carries
be,
the death penalty. So,
and his family is not
yeah,
going, it has been, kind of
going
destroyed
through it.
because of it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
now
I don't,
people know where they live, because I've seen like random
oh,
YouTubers, this is their house. And I'm like, dude, just,
well, yeah, one of the news, the Las Vegas
yeah,
news, they
you
showed their entire freaking
neighborhood.
address
Yeah.
and neighborhood. Yes, it's like, oh my gosh, really?
And I'm
Like,
like,
it's there, people. Seriously.
well, I mean, they do that anyways. The news has a tendency to do that, but that's still scaring it though, because now they know where they live. So it's
Yeah.
like, now, the family can't feel safe regardless of, you know, what.
I mean, more than anything, I feel so sorry for the children. I really do, because it's like they all of them.
And grandchildren on the other side. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're,
Yeah.
if Sin City had grandchildren, but I know,
No, I don't think, no, not, no, no. I don't think Sin City did, but Finney, I know he had a grandchild. I think
which,
I
it's
seen
sad.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't have gone this far. There's a lot of channels that I see that have beef with each other, and it just kind of ends there. They just do a video and that's it.
Basically, y'all, they were adults. They were both in their, I think, 40s. So, I mean, what the heck? This is children's shit. Like, don't
It is
do
like
that.
it is.
It's
It's like
ridiculous.
it's like when you're in your 20s and you can't control your anger, type of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
it's
when you're like
YouTube,
high
people.
school. There you go, high school.
Yes, it's YouTube. I mean, my God, I understand, like, you get mad and, you're doing this, you're doing that, or someone's trying to bring you down. Okay, great. But don't go that far. Don't. You're not only messing up your life, you're messing up your family's
Yeah,
lives.
yeah.
And it's, oh my gosh, I was in shock. I'm still shookened. Okay, I'm still shookened because I could
It,
not believe that.
it's crazy. This year is There's like
Yeah,
something in the air this year because there's like crazy things like with
yeah, think.
with Aaron from Ghost Adventures and his strange wife. That
Oh my god.
oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
And
I saw that.
I
Girl.
saw the video again yesterday, of
Yeah.
him, like, talking about it, like, standing in court, and he's teary-eyed,
Oh
and I'm like and I'm
my
seeing her crying,
gosh.
and I go,
There was
"Pardon my
no
language."
tears, girl.
I
There was
was
no
like,
tears from her.
"Bitch, you don't have a right to stand there crying. You tried to
Right?
get this man
Crocodile
alive."
tears.
Yeah,
She was doing
exactly.
crocodile tears.
I
Like she's
was
all
like
sniffing. Girl, bitch, please. Bye. You
I
don't care. He
no, she
has, look at
doesn't.
him. Those are real tears coming because he actually loved you.
And he treated you right. There's women dying to have a man like him. You know what I mean? Well, now there's a lot of women that want him because of what happened, but that's besides the point.
Nah, no, I got my own. Okay, I got my
but
boo.
but
So,
but there's a lot of women out there that would dream to have a
yeah,
guy like that.
but
Honestly,
he's scarred, girl. He's scarred.
he
He's
is.
scarred right now.
It's gonna take a long time of healing for him to get over this.
Yeah,
Like he's like,
and
why?
trust is going to
And
be the
and
biggest issue for him.
And it's like what I always say when I talk about true crime, like what is going through these people's heads when they do these things. And,
Money, money.
and I'm like, money that or with her case, she liked the bad boy because girls like bad boys, but
But
still,
did
it's
you
like
see the bad boys picture?
oh,
Oh gosh,
plus the fact
really,
the
girl?
guy. I don't know. I know like
Oh,
I know streaming a TV or like filming a TV show, you're gone for a long amount of time, but still, it's like
but
when you were dating him, you knew that's what he did. You know what I
that's
mean?
what
You knew
comes with the job. That's what comes with the
exactly.
marriage. Okay, great. But he loved her. He was
And
committed.
he even gave her a chance after he found out about her cheating on him.
I mean,
Like, come
girl. And
on.
I'm sorry, but she's not the most Cinderella looking bitch in the
No,
world.
she isn't.
It's like,
She
ugh,
isn't.
girl,
But
boy.
still.
Like,
This year has been crazy.
oh yeah, and girl, I'm sure there is more to come.
Oh, I'm
More.
sure we're 6 months in, so we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. We will see what's gonna happen. But yeah, as for all this mess, I just feel for both families. I really, really do, and it should not ever have come to this. Never,
No, no.
ever. There's no excuse. I'm sorry. There's no excuse. And
And like
uh,
I said earlier, there's no way out of this because
no,
obviously it's on video. It's the
yeah.
age of cell phones, so there is a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that you will not get away with nowadays.
But not only that, though, Lisa, they're in Las Vegas. They have those cameras
Oh, they have
that
cameras everywhere in Las
are
Vegas.
are like what people don't know and think. They have your image. They have your voice recognition.
Oh,
They
they've got
know.
cameras everywhere in Vegas. It's
Yeah,
like
but they know.
nowadays
Vegas knows. They know, girl. They know AI's after you. Megan will be after you. Okay?
I am not looking forward to that. Speaking of
movie, girl.
Megan, I am not looking forward to that movie because
I am. I want to see it.
I'm not, because I felt like when I watched Megan, don't get me wrong, I liked the doll. Don't get me wrong, I liked it. But I felt like it was something I saw before, because with Chucky and everything. I'm like, this is like Chucky, just with a technological advanced doll to match the times.
I mean, I want to see Megan be on the good side for once and kick butt.
Oh, that
I want to see that. But girl, at least you weren't dressed as freaking Elvira, not knowing who the judge was, which was Megan.
Oh yeah. That's right. It was the girl that played her.
Yes, it was her and her daddy next to her looking at my. What the heck? And then later, I'm like, oh shoot, that was her. Dang it. Whatever. Yeah. I didn't win, so whatever.
It was rigged.
It was rigged.
She was there.
She was there, and I did not know the little girl. Okay, I'm sorry. Did not. Okay.
All right, guys. Real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna remove you for a second, Bernadette, so I could show my screen real quick, guys.
Okay.
Skeleduck. Drum roll.
No.
I need the actual drum roll. Skeleduck is right. If I could get my finger there, is right there. His nose is sticking out.
Oh, girl!
Really? On my Squid Game bag that I got for a really good deal on Amazon.
Even with my glasses, I couldn't see that damn beak. What the heck?
There it is, right there where my finger is. What's up, Dusty? How's it going?
Skeleduck, you win again.
What did Matthew? She apparently did not, or Denny goes, she apparently did not have a job, so why did she not follow him?
Who?
I don't know. That's what Denny said. I'm not sure who she's referring to. Matthew's like, I didn't even bother looking for Skella this time.
Girl. No, I can't with Skelly Butthead anymore because he wins all the time. Dang you, Skeleducky. Dang you.
All right, guys. Any last minute questions before? Oh, she was talking about Aaron's wife. Any last minute? Obviously, I don't think she had a job because he was making enough money, and he even mentioned that he used half the savings or most of the savings that they had saved up to cover
the blackmail stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, any last minute questions, Bernadette? Any last minute questions?
Yeah. Can you get something other than Skella freaking Duck? Because I'm tired of his butt. That duck and I have beef, okay? And you know what? I will go over there and no, I will not do that, but I will just squeeze him. I will squeeze him till the juice comes out, okay? Don't like the duck.
Well, he's skeleton, so there's not going to be anything coming out.
Hey, it's skeleton juice. There might be a thing. I don't know. We don't know.
All right, guys. If there's no further questions, I am going to end the stream here, guys. I will see you on the next one, which will be next week. Guys, thank you for joining me. We kind of detoured about true crime at the end, but that's all right. That's what I do. Carl, what is up? How's it going? But I will see you guys. D Nice goes, if we ever get to hang out soon, I have something. I need to get that. D Nice, we do need that. I will get that when I have some time for sure. I will see you on the next one, guys. Stay spooky, sweet nightmares. Have a great weekend and a great Friday the 13th tomorrow. May all of you be sprinkled with good luck. Do not worry about the superstitions. All right, guys, I will see you on the next one. Good night, guys, and thank you.
Sweet nightmares.